the genius who changed Einstein, the genius who changed the world. He was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, Germany. From the very beginning, Einstein wasn't like other kids. His head was unusually large, and he barely spoke until he was 4 years old. People thought something was wrong with him. Some even whispered that he was mentally slow. But inside that quiet boy, a storm of thoughts and questions was building. He would stare at a compass for hours, wondering how the needle moved without being touched. He'd ask, "Why is the sky blue?" Not out of curiosity alone, but with a hunger to understand the very laws of the universe. He wasn't fast, he wasn't loud, but he was different, and that difference made history. A difficult start in school. At school, Einstein wasn't the kind of student teachers liked. He hated memorizing facts. He couldn't stand being told what to think. One teacher even said, "He will never amount to anything." But young Albert loved math and physics. He found beauty in equations, logic in chaos, and joy in solving problems others ignored. Still, because he didn't follow the rules of traditional learning, he struggled in school and was labeled a poor student. His first setbacks and struggles. Einstein failed the entrance exam to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School the first time. He didn't score well in subjects like literature, language, and history. But he scored exceptionally high in math and physics, a sign of what was to come. Eventually, he got admitted. But after graduating, he couldn't find a job as a teacher or researcher. Imagine that a genius with no job, walking the streets, sending letters, waiting for someone to believe in him. He ended up working as a clerk at the Swiss Patent Office, a low-level job far from the scientific world. But in his free time, his mind never rested. The miracle year, 1905. At the age of 26, Einstein published 4 revolutionary papers in just 1 year, 1905, later called his Annus Mirabilis, Miracle Year. These papers changed physics forever. 1. Photoelectric effect. Proved that light behaves like particles, photons, laying the foundation for quantum theory. He later won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. For this. 2. Brownian motion. Provided experimental evidence for the existence of atoms and molecules. 3. Special theory of relativity. Proposed that space and time are relative, not absolute. Introduced the famous equation, m², energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. 4. Mass-energy equivalence. Showed how energy and mass are 2 forms of the same thing. These ideas were groundbreaking, not just for physics, but for how we understand the universe itself. The rise of a legend. In 1915, Einstein unveiled his general theory of relativity, which described gravity not as a force, but as a curvature of space and time caused by massive objects. This theory was proven during a solar eclipse in 1919, when scientists observed how starlight bent around the sun, just as Einstein predicted. Overnight, Einstein became a global icon, his image splashed across newspapers as the man who bent space and time. Was Einstein truly a genius, or just different? People once thought he was slow, weird, or even dumb. But the truth is, Einstein wasn't just smart. He was brave in thought. He dared to ask the questions others avoided. He wasn't a robot who repeated facts. He was a thinker, a dreamer, a rebel with a cause. What made him a genius? Endless curiosity, independent thinking, love for learning, imagination over memorization, courage to be different. Personal life. A simple man with a big mind. Einstein wasn't flashy. He didn't care about money or fame. He loved playing the violin, walking quietly, and thinking deeply. He was against war, racism, and injustice. He once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather a man of value." How can Einstein be a role model for today's youth? Einstein's story isn't just about science, it's about never giving up, thinking differently, and using your mind for good. 1. Believe in yourself even if others don't. He was told he'd fail. He was mocked. But he believed in his vision and kept going. Young people must learn that failure doesn't define them. Persistence does. 2. Don't memorize, understand. Einstein hated rote learning. He wanted to understand why, not just what. Focus on deep learning. Ask questions. Be curious. 3. Think for yourself. He didn't follow the crowd. He challenged the rules. Be brave. Question things. Think beyond what you're taught. 4. Use your knowledge for good. Einstein spoke for peace, helped refugees, and stood against injustice. Use your talents to make your country and the world better. Einstein versus other geniuses. A quick comparison. Isaac Newton discovered gravity and built classical mechanics. He was more methodical, logical, and mathematical. Einstein redefined time, space, and energy. He was more intuitive, imaginative, and philosophical. Both changed science forever. But Einstein added emotion, imagination, and ethics to the picture. Message to youth. Be the Einstein of your generation. You don't need wild hair or a Nobel Prize to be like Einstein. You need curiosity, courage, patience, purpose. Work hard. Read more. Ask questions. Fail. Try again. And always dream big, not just for your own future, but to serve your people, your country, and humanity.